class. Jeremy Corbin, who's the leader of Her Majesty's loyal opposition, to be totally laughable about it, also believes that Britain is evil and imperialist and colonialist and racist.
Mark, how do we wake up? Last night we went to bed thinking we were going to talk about climate change and us leaving the Paris Climate Accord. Our own Freedom Tower here lit up in green in solidarity with the environment. Yet I drive in this morning, the Freedom Tower not lit that way because the world wakes up to the reality of terrorism. How do our Western leaders come to terms with the fact that climate change is not the greatest threat we face, it's Islamism?
No, I'm not worried about sea levels in the Maldives in the year 2100 because those islands are Sunni Muslim and they'll all be living in Paris and London by the year 2100. So you can worry about that, which is a fatuous delusion. When Sadiq Khan says there's no reason for people to be alarmed, you look at not the 7 dead people, not the dozens of injured, but you look at the hundreds and thousands, the police bellowing at them out of control. Get out, get out, get out here. That's not how a British constable talks, or used to talk. Having to walk around with your arms up in the air so that you're not mistaken for a terrorist and get shot. This is life in London in the second decade of the 21st century, and when Sadiq Khan says there's no reason to be alarmed, he's part of the problem and he should be out of a job.
He's the mayor of London. We heard from Theresa May, as we mentioned earlier this morning. She laid out 4 points. She laid out 4 different points that she wanted to address, one of which was spreading Western ideology.
Right.
Trying to get into the hearts. You mentioned these guys have holes in their hearts. They don't have a strong sense of purpose for Western ideology. How do you fill that? I mean, how do you fill that vacuum?
Well, they always say that, oh, we will never surrender our values and never say what they are.
What are their values?
I know, and so the values are like tomorrow, and I disagree with Abby here with respect. I think this pop concert is ridiculous. I think this idea that you get Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber and Katy Perry and everyone holds hands and says all you need is love.
My point, Mark, is that you need to keep living. You need to not live in fear. You need to keep doing the things that you would normally do. This concert was already planned, so if they were to cancel that, that would mean we're changing our lives for what these terrorists did. I think that is coming across weak. That's not what we should do.
No, but you also have to give people a sense that they are part. I'm not ashamed to say it. Western civilization is the greatest civilizational inheritance on this planet. We've got 8 centuries of great stuff since Magna Carta. We've got Shakespeare, we've got Mozart, we've got Katy Perry, we've got all the good stuff. And the idea that we're somehow ashamed of it, and it is that. It's that for 2 generations now, and that's true here in the United States too, is if you raise people to be ashamed of their civilizational inheritance, some will seek new beliefs like climate change, but others will seek what these lunatics
that fill that sense of purpose that they're looking for.
I do love that you held up Katy Perry in the same light as Mozart.
Yeah, they're liking it. You're going to want to take duets album.
You're going to want to take that one.
All right, Mark Stein, good to have you with us today.
Thanks for your analysis as always, Mark.